All right, so today we're going to talk about swimming paddles and how you figure out which paddles are appropriate for you and your swimmers. So to give you an idea of the different style of paddles, we've got paddles that look like this, which are fingertip paddles. You've got traditional full hand paddles that are like this. You've also got paddles that contour to your hands. So they're like a different shape as far as on the side. And then you've got paddles that look like this. They're thicker, these are very buoyant, and you actually use a strap. And the strap is just a rubber strap that runs around your hand. You can put it anywhere on your hand, but you want your palm to sit on top of this paddle. So with all these kinds of paddles, how do you make the decision on which ones to use? Well, the first and easier answer to this question is, what is your age and your ability level? If you're a younger swimmer, you're going to start with a smaller paddle. You may not start with just a fingertip paddle. You may go to a paddle that's adjusted to the size of your hand, but you want something that's not much bigger than your physical palm size. As you grow and as you get stronger, then you will start progressing to wider paddles and bigger paddles compared to your palm size. But if you're younger and you're more of a beginner swimmer, get a paddle that's just a little bit bigger than your physical hand. That'll be a good place to start. Then it's like, okay, so we get the paddle and we're using that, but now we're wanting to get a little bit deeper into the use of these paddles. How are these paddles different? What's the purpose of all of them? When is it appropriate to use one versus the other? Well, a fingertip paddle is a very good paddle for technique work. So if you're looking to improve your feel of your hands and grabbing onto some water, this is what this paddle is predominantly used for. If you're going for bigger paddles or full hand paddles, and say you get one that's a much bigger width than the palm of your hand, you're looking to improve your strength and power. So this would be used for sets that are more sprinting oriented sets that you're looking to build muscles, recruit more muscles, really just try to improve your overall power output for your swimming stroke. For the contour type of paddles, the ones that are contoured towards your hands, these paddles are supposed to be for longer distance swimming. So these really fit to the shape of your hand. They're trying to get your forearm to relax as you're going through your pull. That if you're doing longer sets, so you say you're doing like 3/300s pull with a buoy, you would use and grab these styles of paddles. For the foam paddles, since these are much thicker than any of the paddles that I've showed you, these paddles are used for a lot of buoyancy, floating drills, kicking, really just working on a swimmer's body alignment. Because just like a kickboard, this paddle has buoyancy to it. It's going to float. And if you apply some pressure to it, you're going to start getting that bobbing effect. That bobbing effect is going to bring more awareness to other areas of your body, i.e. your core, your hips, your feet. So you can kind of better tell where they are in the pool. So this type of paddle wouldn't be something you physically take swimming strokes with, but it would be something that you would use for kicking, laying, floating, anything that's going to put you in a nice little straight line as you move up and down the pool. For me, the two biggest style of paddles that I really like using and having in my bag at all times is I love a full hand paddle. This is like one of my go-tos for pulling sets. And then I do really enjoy having a fingertip paddle. I don't use the contour paddles personally as much. I don't do a lot of long distance pulling though anymore myself. So that is why I normally pick out these two, and a lot of times it's coupled with a pull buoy and a snorkel.